Welcome back to Name Pending. My name is Isaac Kelton, and today we have a little friend of mine, Grace Zog. How you been? What's up?
I've been great. Just vibing. I don't know what you want me to say.
No, that's a totally fine thing to say. That's good.
Put my feet up.
What? Yeah, sure. Make yourself at home. Grace and I have been dating for a long time now, like a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks to a couple
2
years.
2 years. Sounds about right. Yeah, been fun. You pestered me a couple times to have you on, and so here we are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, originally I didn't want to be on it because I thought it would be pretty lame.
And you were dead to rights?
No,
Correct, yes?
but then I heard a couple episodes and I was like, wow, he's doing great things.
He really slapped himself in a microphone for a 6-minute joke, huh? It's impressive.
Yeah.
That's how you win them, guys. Just have a crappy podcast online. Yeah, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we talking about today?
I don't know.
Well, you're the one who asked to be on, dude.
You're the podcast guy. I don't know.
Well, there's like one thing that we have in common. The fact that we're in a relationship. Hey-oh! You know, I sometimes feel like you and I give off the same like energy as Andy and April from Parks and Rec. You ever see that show?
Not really. Like a couple episodes.
Oh. Well, I was going to make the joke like you and I are both collectively either person depending on the day.
Yes.
In case you're wondering, Andy is the guy who's super dumb and energetic, and April's the one.
Did he see the one that fell down the hole?
Yeah, he's the homeless guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was originally intended to be just a guest star, but then they brought him on because he was liked so much. Because he was literally homeless when they hired him.
Yeah.
Out of a fan and all that.
Yeah.
Fun fact about that movie, actually, or that show. There's a scene where he shows up naked to one of the main characters' doors, and that's one of the inciting incidents of the episodes, or whatever. And they were trying to get it to work for the longest time with like skin colored underwear or whatever, but they couldn't get it to work. So on the cut that they actually used for the show, he just showed up straight naked, and I got like that kind of raw interaction. Funny, the thing you do for acting.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been in a relationship for 2 years. It's been all right, I guess.
It's been okay.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly very surprised that it's gone as well as it has.
Yeah, I thought it would last for like a couple months, and then we would just lose interest, or he would lose interest in me and like move on. To...
That's where you were wrong. I didn't. Yeah, I'm like one of the only guys in a relationship longer than 6 months that I know, in general.
Yeah. I know a couple other people, but...
Well, there's our friends like David and Will or whatever. They've been in relationships for over a year. But like those are very rare examples. There's always that guy in the high school that's always committed way too hard in a relationship for way too long.
That's us.
Yeah. Yeah, damn, man. Really, that is us. Grace, what do women want? It's the question of the day. That's honestly what I've ever been asked, because I was raised by women, as you can tell from the first many episodes of my podcast. But like, a lot of guys don't have that benefit of having 3 sisters and plenty of experience talking to people of the opposite gender. So what would you say is like the easiest way to be approached or to approach someone in
like,
that kind of way?
On the street?
Way? Yeah, sure. Let's do some hypotheticals, right? Because you're obviously successful at it. You snagged me, I snagged you.
Yeah.
Or we've been in it for a minute now. So like, what are like some basic guidelines for someone who's never been in a relationship before?
Find someone that you like and that you're compatible with. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. True facts.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is that anything you do in a relationship, whether it be like especially with like friends and romantic interests, like anything you do to improve on the relationship shouldn't feel like work. It should be something you enjoy doing and that you want to better yourself for them.
That's honestly a really good piece of advice. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah, it should be something you just have fun with and do it because you love them.
You've put a lot more thought into this than I have. Well, not to say like you've thought more about this than I. That's what I'm saying. It's just like I'm just kind of doing my own thing, I guess. I guess my only like goal or like my basis of like interacting with you was to be undaunted, just like to be myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to like change the way that I made humor or like jokes or acted the way I was without like think I had to fix myself or something for you. Not to say that I'm not haven't improved myself in the last 2 years, which you definitely helped me do in a myriad of ways.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think I'm pretty stuck to that. I think I was the same guy in general, like a humor at heart, than I was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think we as people, we have a lot of different versions of ourselves that we present to other people.
Yeah, like code switching.
Yeah, and I think in a relationship, it's definitely just showing like trying to show another person what's at your core, and like all these different versions of yourself. They're you, but then when you're in a relationship, it's like you're with like the main person of all these different like.
Right. And that's scary, man. Being vulnerable is scary.
Yeah.
I think the first time like I really opened up to you about like in general, like my inner dialogue was when we were hanging out in the library. That like Grace and I had a free block in the middle of the day. Last year, no, sophomore year, and that's when like we started talking.
That's when we fell in love.
But yeah, that's when we started talking, and I feel like at that point, it was like in a schedule, so I was feeling more and more comfortable just talking to you in general, and B, like we didn't have much else to do except connect.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really good. Like that's
yeah.
The first thing I was like when I was 16 or like 15 or whatever, when I was first getting dating advice. The first thing I was told was like, never go on a date where you have to do something other than talk. Which is weird advice, but he said like, don't go to the movies because you're not going to connect with her at all. Or like, don't necessarily go eating your first date either because you're going to have your mouth full the entire time.
I'm pretty sure that's what we did on like our first couple dates.
Definitely. Advice I did not follow.
The advice that like I've heard is like take your significant other or like going on a first date at like an amusement park, and so then when you're going on the rides you have like all this adrenaline and endorphins from like roller coasters, and so then you'll like Pavlov that person into thinking that they like you because they had all those endorphins going off when they were hanging with you.
That's insane. I love it. That's great.
Yeah,
man, that's wild. One of the things I was told was always go, if a girl's wearing too much makeup, go with the first date towards like a pool or something, so that way the makeup comes off, bro. I don't know what voice I was doing there, like a Chad, but
yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea. What was our first date? Was the first time we ever hung out, we went to a movie theater.
Isle of Dogs, a year
Isle of
before
Dogs
that.
by Wes Anderson.
I was simping for him real hard.
It was a good movie, man.
Yeah.
It was really good. And we got like, I had like cream. That was the first time I learned about Spezi, which was like an orange.
Yeah.
Where you mix Coke and Fanta together to make this fantastic drink. Always bring it up on the first date. Guys, bring up Spezi on every first date. That'll impress the heck out of her. Listen, bro, if you mix Coke and Fanta, best drink ever. Anyways, Isle of Dogs. Great movie.
Great movie.
Good time. I think you were very nervous. You didn't say like 10 words to me.
I'm just quiet.
That was my first impression of you. You were silent.
I was not silent. I feel like
for sure.
I talked.
Yeah.
I don't really remember it, but I feel like I talked.
For you to request to be on a podcast. If you...
I just wanted to be included in your life.
No,
I want to be immortalized forever.
I hate having women in my life, dude. Despise it. Can't handle it.
You.
Yuck.
Sisters. Gross.
Who cares for them?
No, but I want to be immortalized in this podcast forever. So then when you have any future girlfriends, they'll look you up and then they'll find this video and then they'll be intimidated by me. And then they'll be like, oh, I can never be like what Grace was.
Grace has like extensive taekwondo training, man. I gotta find me a girl who can break my neck. No, I was always like, so when I went to, I have some buddies at my church, right, who are very extensive taekwondo guys. And they're always like, Isaac, you gotta learn how to protect your girlfriend. Like when you get in a relationship, you gotta learn how to like defend her if you ever get robbed. And I'm like, why am I getting robbed?
You're just so good looking that people just want to get a piece of you.
Is that what robbers think, man? When they see someone on the street, that guy, he's got a girlfriend. I'm gonna rob him.
Yeah.
I'm broke. I'm spending all my money.
No, you spent your money on your computer.
No.
I come second.
Yeah. The PC is the baby. But what was I saying? Robbing people. Right. Taekwondo. But now you're the Taekwondo GF, dude. You're the one defending me all the time.
Yeah, I have 10 years of Taekwondo experience with a little bit of Hapkido and Jiu-Jitsu mixed in there.
Wow.
So hot.
Hottest thing about you is that you know how to use a kunai. I remember one time I was like going through your, like, you asked me to get something out of your backpack, whatever, and like there was a kunai in your backpack for whatever reason. Because you had like practice after school or something, you brought weapons with you, and I was like,
"What?
Why do you have a kunai in your backpack?"
I don't remember this.
Yeah, this is definitely. I was over like at your house. It's like the second or third time I was over at your house. Definitely.
Oh.
Yeah. Way back, like.
I don't
like
think they were either. They were probably commas or size.
Anyways, I thought you were like one of the Ninja Turtles, dude. That was like the moment where I was like, "Holy, oh!"
Yeah. Yeah. So when I was a little kid, I wanted to do gymnastics, but then my dad was like, no, you're gonna do Taekwondo instead with me. And so then I just did that for 10 years.
Did I ever tell you that I like tumbled as a kid?
No?
Yeah, there was a spot across my sister's dance studio that had tumbling, and I didn't have anything to do for the hours that we just waited outside for her to get done. And so I started tumbling. And I was not very good at it, but it was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Relationship advice. That was the original topic.
Fighting.
Fighting.
Martial arts. Tumbling.
Right. Make sure you can beat the crap out of anybody. Make sure that you can know how to talk to girls. Those are the two initial criteria.
Yeah, okay. Okay, the third one?
Being emotionally open. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a hurdle I had to cross.
Definitely.
In our relationship.
Definitely. Well, it's also very easy if you guys are friends first and then like in a relationship second, because you and I were really close friends before we started dating.
Yeah.
And that always makes things way, way easier. Because I knew you pretty well, at least to a degree, before we started hanging out in a romantic sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, it's a really good piece of advice. Get close with your best friends that way. Not to say, like, you should only be friends with someone in order to get... don't misconstrue. But it's that the person you are in a relationship with should also be like a very friendly person to you, like someone you are genuinely like really close family friends with. Well, not family
first.
No, like the way I'm trying to say this is that the person you are very close friends with should be like your brother in a sense, right? I have close friends where I'm like, I'm so chill with you. I could tell you anything in my entire life. You're the best.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be like that with your future romantic interest. Except that should be the basis for the upcoming relationship of romantic interest. Like it shouldn't be romantic interest and then afterwards.
Well, I know a lot of people do romantic interest and then they get to know each other, like with dating apps. Like if you're like 25 and you're like, God, I'm lonely. What am I gonna do about this? You go on Tinder, the other dating apps. And then you try to find a romantic partner.
I'm not legally allowed to be on dating apps yet, so I don't have much experience there.
Yeah, like my sister. That's how she met her current boyfriend.
Really?
And
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, she met him on Tinder. And he's okay.
If you're listening to this, Grace's sister's boyfriend, you're alright. You're alright. You're good people.
You're okay. Yeah.
Let's see. I am for sure been in the longest relationship out of any of my siblings. And they are my year's senior by a lot. Like by 2.5 years and then by 4 something years. How old is Madison? Old enough. What?
Old enough to know a thing or two.
Yeah, I guess.
Seen a thing or two.
Yeah, I suppose so. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Yeah. It's sort of scary being in a relationship.
Definitely.
For this long.
The time I was most concerned, I think, was the first, 6 months.
Really?
Definitely.
Huh?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. Just, about, what precedent would be for the rest of our relationship and if I'm doing all right or if I'm not doing all right. That's not an important thing. Like, if your romantic interest has done something very cool, tell them that. Like, hey, I really appreciate it when you did this. Or I didn't appreciate it when you did that.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're also being the one told that, make sure to listen because you've set me straight plenty of times. And I've appreciated it. Genuinely.
Yes.
But yeah, man, being good at communication is really tough, man. It's hard.
Yeah.
It takes forever to do. Even a lot of adults are not good at it.
So many aren't.
Yeah.
God.
Take that, every adult that I'm better at this than. No.
Take that, my
I'm joking,
parents. God. Yeah. But, like, I think communication is hard, especially if you're someone like me, because I'm a very quiet, very, like, I just go with the flow and I just sort of deal with things, like, as they happen. And then finding a way to openly communicate with, like, a significant other or, like, even just someone else, it's just sort of hard because communicating through words is just difficult when you're very introverted and
Right.
very introspective.
Well, I'm the exact opposite way, but in the same direction. You know, like I'm pretty extroverted. I talk to everybody about like stupid stuff all the time. Like I'll talk about like, what's your favorite ice cream color, or like just like with people on the cross country team, make them feel better at ease. But at the same point, it's difficult for people to like get me past that just kind of awkward stage of this guy talks too much, which is for sure something I had to work through about being a good listener and like just letting other people be open with me, and that way you can reciprocate. So we got for advice, we got both ends of the spectrum. If you're a crazy introvert, shut up. If you're
Crazy introvert,
no,
shut up.
no, if you're a crazy extrovert, shut up on occasion. You know, make sure to listen. And if you're an introvert, you know, make sure to, if there's a time when you feel comfortable speaking, make sure to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Tough. So Grace, now that there's the audience has gotten to know you a little bit better and just talking about like breaking through these barriers. If there was a hypothetical question, if there was ever like a cult that you wanted to join, what would be the cult of choice?
I don't know many cults, so I cannot comment on that.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have extensive cult knowledge.
I guess not.
Do you?
No, I was just picturing like those guys who like were in No Country for Old Men, or they were talking about
like joining a sorority?
Yeah, it's a sorority a cult. This is another discussion. Would you call a sorority a cult?
You pay money to make friends.
I would definitely call it a cult. I would call it a cult like 7 out of 10 times for sure.
I feel sort of. It depends. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Never been a sorority either, so I can't super comment. But well, thank you very much for listening to this episode of Name Pending. I hope all you single folks out there take our advice and move forward. I don't know, but thanks for listening.
One 17-year-old and one 18-year-old.
Yeah.
We have a lot of knowledge about
Snatching from the
romance.
cradle. Well, we
are so qualified.
very qualified.
A lot of life
very,
experience.
very, very highly qualified. Well, thanks for immortalizing yourself here on the internet with me, Grace. You're the bestest. And yes, it's been fun. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what your least favorite part of the podcast was.
The one where Grace was talking.
Well, thank you so much.